Good afternoon, ma'am. How are
Good
you doing
afternoon,
today?
Mahsina. Yeah, I'm fine, doing great. And as I am having a off today, so I have done all
Oh,
my household chores. Almost all the
mhm.
household chores are finished, and now I'm free.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any, what is the reason behind having off today? Because my children, they have school today.
Here we are celebrating Mahavir Jayanti
Mahavir Jayanti. Okay. It is not there here. People are not
in Assam.
celebrating.
Uh,
Yes, yes. They have school. My children right now, they are at school.
hmm, we
Okay.
are having that.
Ma'am, I am quite excited to talk to you because we are meeting for the second time. And
Yes.
I would like you to introduce yourself for my viewers.
Okay, Mahsina, thanks for giving this opportunity. My name is Aarti Chobe, and I'm connecting you from uh, Bhopal. And actually not Bhopal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place, it's a town close place where I live,
Mm-hmm.
and it is called Narsingar.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there I live. I was born and raised in Bhopal, but
Okay, okay.
right now
Mm-hmm.
I'm living in Narsingar, and by profession I am a government teacher. And if I want to tell you about my education, that is, a graduate in science stream, and I am masters in English literature. And as far as professional qualifications are concerned, I'm masters, and I'm also a master trainer at block level and district level. That's all about me.
Great, great to hear from you, ma'am. And how long have you been working? For how many years?
See, I have been working, I think, 30 years
30
in
years.
school. Some convent schools also I have joined earlier when I was not got this government job. So I was teaching in convent school, and now since 2001, I am in government sector. So here
Okay,
I am
okay.
giving my service. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So you have ample amount of experience when it comes to dealing with the different kind of children because I
Yes.
think you have taught in primary, in upper primary, and right now I think you are teaching in 11th and 12th grade. So
Hmm.
today I want to discuss about this teaching online, offline, and how can we make the teaching effective and efficient because we see that different kind of learners are there. So ma'am, I would
Hmm.
like to know from you that how, what kind of children you met, and what are the difficulties you found, and how did you tackle those difficulty? For example, in a classroom, maybe you found different kind of children. Some are introvert, some were extrovert, some were ambivert as well. So everyone has the different way of learning. So could you please, ma'am, elaborate that what kind of strategy did you follow or still you have been following to teach them?
Yes, Mosina, you have asked a very good question, and uh, this type of question really the genuine teachers who who uh, means for whom teaching is a passion. They are only concerned about such problems. Otherwise, I have seen many teachers they don't have any problems, and they say, "Ki, what is there in teaching? I can teach 5 lessons in one day in one period." And they are not very much concerned. But I'm feeling very delighted that you raised this question. That means you in near future you will also become a very good teacher. So as far as my answer is concerned, I you rightly said that I dealt many types of students in my classroom, and each and every learner differs from each other. No two learners are same. They all
Mhm.
are having different styles of learning. We can't say, for example, if I quote this example that when we visit to a doctor, so if doctor starts writing the same medical prescription to all the
Mm.
patients, then
Patience.
what
Mm.
will happen? What will
Yes.
happen? And in case
Mm.
if an engineer, if he designs the same types of buildings, so what
Mhm.
will happen? And
Mm.
same is the case with uh, teachers.
Learners and
If
teachers.
yeah,
Mm.
for teacher, if they will
Mhm.
not amend their teachings according to the need of the learner, then again the same thing will happen that they are trying to fit only one kind of clothes to all the children, only one kind
Mhm.
of footwear to all the children, that I am only having a footwear of number 5, and you have to wear whether it is fit for you or not, I
Or
don't know.
not.
I
Mhm.
am having this thing. So some
Mhm.
teachers, I think 70% of teachers are like that only. They say that I'm only having this type of teaching. I know only I will teach in this type of method. I will not adopt any other method, any other strategies. But I think that we should adopt according to the need of our learner. First, the teacher should realize what does the learner needs, where he
Mhm.
is weak, and from that very point, we should come to the level of the learner. Not that we are very literate and we are, bombarding our knowledge, and they are not getting even a word from us. They are not understanding anything, but we are keeping on telling our very literature ways. So I think that the teacher should come at the level of the learner. And as far as the types of learners are concerned, I divide my classroom in four types: A
Okay.
grade learners, B grade learners, C grade learners, and D grade learners. So the
Mhm.
D grade learners, they need our attention. They need lot of attention.
Extra care, right? Extra
Extra
care.
care
Mm-hmm.
means we have to sit beside them. We should
Mm-hmm.
pat on their back. We should hold their hands.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then he will, treat us as she is my well wisher. And then only he or she will tell you about her problems. That, ma'am, I can't
Yes.
see the board. Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I am got bullying by the other children. They are teasing
Mm-hmm.
me. So then we will come to know, okay, she is good at studies, but the atmosphere, the environment is not allowing her to means to study. Some students, they may be teasing her. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to sit beside them, and then we should ask their difficulty. And then the
Mm-hmm.
C grade learner, they are also good learners, because one of the educationists, he said that every child can learn. Not that he is
Okay.
very poor at study, he can't
Mm-hmm.
learn. If he is poor at study, he may be good at games. He may be good
Mm-hmm.
at drawing. Each and every child is blessed with one or the other talent. God
Mm-hmm.
has blessed him. Only the thing that we have to find out that what type of talent he is gifted, and then we
Mm-hmm.
have to encourage him or her according to his need. So the slow learners, we should design some games, and
Okay.
with the help of games
Some
like
activity, right? Some
activity
activity.
and
Mm-hmm.
learning by fun. Once we have this concept in our government sectors, that
Mm-hmm.
learning by fun, then free
Yes.
fear atmosphere, then
Mm-hmm.
the child should he should not be having a fear of teacher. That, oh my God, teacher is coming and we have to sit
Mm-hmm.
silent and we should not make noise. No, I
Yes.
think the class which
Mm.
make noise is learning a lot, because they are discussing. Not that they are,
Yes.
playing in the classroom, but they are discussing their problems with each other. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I have given them one card sheet. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, this type of some file I have given them. And now I told
Okay.
them just to find out, this is the longest side or this is the longest. Just tell me. Okay, then they will,
Okay.
by their imagination, they can
Mm-hmm.
tell me that this is the longer side.
This is the
Okay,
long
now
sides.
just
Yes.
measure it. Measure it with your fingers. Measure it with
Mm-hmm.
your this cubit. Or
Hand. Yes.
after that, I will introduce them that we have got scale also. And then I
What?
will slowly tell them that the scale is also divided into smaller units and longer units.
Longer unit.
Meter,
Okay.
millimeter, centimeter, and then this measuring tape is there. So
Mm.
slowly we have to, give them the difficult things. Earlier, just
Mm.
tell them, just ask them what is the measurement of this.
Practical
And
example. These are the practical
yes,
example, and they can relate with it rather
yes.
than learning from directly from the books. It may be easy for those learner who are already gifted and they're sharp, but for slow learners, yes,
It
exactly,
is very important. So then I will
important.
come to the concept of area. Then I will tell them
Okay.
this is length and this is breadth. And now when you multiply them, then you will find out that how much area it will, required when we place it on the table. When you place it in
Mm.
your bag, can you put in a smaller bag this file? No, because the area of this file is much larger than your bag. So it can't fit
Mm-hmm.
in your bag. Why? Because your bag is small. This file is
Mm-hmm.
big. How can you make this big and small? So these are the smallest things which we have to inculcate them. We must, we must encourage them. We must motivate them to think. And once they start
Exactly.
thinking, then they
Mm-hmm.
will ask lots of questions to you. And by this
Yes.
question and
Mm-hmm.
answering, to say, you will see that the learning is taking place slowly. Learning
Mm.
never takes place with books and blackboards and green boards and whiteboards. No. First you have to make them comfortable with yourself. And then when the child, the best class is a class where the questions arises. And I
Yes.
have seen that only there are some students, those who dare to question their teacher. I don't know about the
Mm.
private sector, but in the
Mm.
government sector, the children are so
Mm.
shy, they are so suppressed that they can't even dare
Mm.
to ask, because they think that the teacher will scold them. Sit down, you don't know anything. You are foolish.
Mm.
And
Exactly.
yes.
I have already this kind of experience. When I was in school, we had the fear
Hmm?
of teachers. Okay, see, our teachers are coming. This maths teacher is coming, so we can't speak anything. And even if I didn't know anything, at times I didn't ask because I knew that okay, teacher is going to beat. It's better not to
Hmm?
ask.
Hmm? And he will
So
laugh
do.
also. Some teachers are there, they make fun of
Mm,
that student. Oh my God,
yes.
you silly, you don't know the
Yeah.
this much,
Yeah, yes.
you don't
And
know
they
this
start
meaning.
comparing with other students. They start comparing with others. See your friend or your
Huh?
classmate, how pretty good he is doing. He's getting full marks or highest mark in the classroom, and what you are doing.
Yes.
And it makes the children and students underconfident. If the student has some potential, they are not able to show that because they suppress because of the fear of judgment.
When I was teaching mathematics, and
Hmm.
for example, I am adding three-digit number. Knowingly, I write the answer wrong. But
Wrong. Okay.
huh,
Okay.
then I
Okay.
look at them. Who is daring to say that, ma'am, you've
Hmm.
done that?
You have done the
Then,
wrong.
then they just start whispering each other. I said, what happened? Why are you talking? Is it wrong?
Wrong?
No, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
madam
Okay.
cannot write wrong. She is the intelligent
Yes.
person. And
Mm-hmm.
then some will take the courage and stand up and say, ma'am, there is something wrong there. It
Wrong.
should not be five, it should be seven there. Then I
Mm-hmm.
go and pat him and I just, I give him
Appreciate.
good words,
Yes,
appreciate him.
appreciate that.
That,
Yes, that's a good thing you have done. Okay,
that-
great.
so
Great
this
to
is
know
also one
from
of
you,
the
ma'am, that you are teaching in this way because it is rare to find this kind of teachers. So I just thought that no, I want to know from ma'am that what kind of experience I have when I was in school. I also had, I can say, this kind of strict teachers behavior experience and fear. So I want to know that what is your experience right now, what do you see that has it changed now. I can say in government private sectors somehow it has changed. I don't know much about the government sector, but still one thing I want to ask another question.
Mhm.
Even this morning I was watching one video. There one person he was teaching that you guys, you are engineer, then you are working in a IT profession, IT jobs, but you are not that much confident when it comes to speaking in front of the public. Even I
Mm.
also have come through different kind of learners who are well qualified, but they have the fear of speaking in front of the public. So
Okay.
what do you think, ma'am, that if a teacher or teachers they give this kind of opportunity in the school to
Mm.
speak in front of the students and teachers, don't you think that this kind of problem will not occur in future?
Yes, of course.
So what do you think that still I don't see this kind of activity in schools? Yes, sometimes they organize some speech competition, and
Mhm.
whoever is interested, they just
They can
go and
take
they
part.
just participate. But I don't
Mm.
think that it is going to help that much because in a classroom some learners, only some learners are there, they are extrovert and they are confident, they want to participate this kind of activities. But what about those learners who are introvert and they always try to stay away from this kind of situation? So how I can say that teachers they can give the opportunity, ma'am?
Yes, this is a kind of assignments, or in the time of in the kind of project work. You
Hmm.
can inculcate these types of habits in your students. For example, you have completed one lesson.
Hmm.
Say about the planet you are teaching, about the
Hmm.
planet Earth you are teaching, and
Hmm.
then you have taught them about the greenhouse effect, about the
Hmm.
ozone layer, and
Hmm.
why the temperature is increasing day by day nowadays,
Hmm.
and what will happen if the temperature increases. So these are the problems which each
Mhm.
and every student knows very well. And
Mhm.
you have taken the class for 3 days.
Mhm.
You have taken the class and you've explained each and everything. Now you give them the you make the group of four students, and you
Mhm.
divide your classes in group of 5 or 6 or 7 depending upon the strength of their class, and
Mhm.
then you assign them the topics.
Okay.
For
Mhm.
example, one group will speak on why the earth is ailing, why it is called
Okay.
ailing planet. Ailing means
Mm.
bimar. So
Oh,
why
okay.
our earth is becoming a patient nowadays? Why is not good?
Mhm.
Why her
Mhm.
health is decreasing day by day? And then one will speak about the greenhouse effect, and then you sit there at the back of your class, and then you can call them in front of the classroom, and then they will speak. Each and every student in that group will have the opportunity to speak one or two lines. And once
Mm.
their hesitation is removed, they
Yes.
are overcome that stage fear, then
Mm.
definitely it will be very helpful in their long life. For example, whenever they are going for the interview, and whenever the people asking them to tell them their views, so they will not
Yes.
hesitate.
They
And
will not
one more
hesitate.
thing,
Mm.
yeah, even if we are not hesitating, there are some students, there are some mischievous students, naughty students in the
Mhm.
classrooms. They are not hesitant, but they don't know they are not having that information
Mm.
what to
Yes.
speak. They
Yes.
can
Yes.
speak rubbish. They will
Yes.
stand on the
Mhm.
stage and they can speak anything about the
Mhm.
movie, about the doing some wrong
Oh.
practices, but
Mm.
they are not having the knowledge or the information on which they can speak. So this is also the difference. So
Mhm.
you must have the information, then you
Mhm.
have that courage, and then verbal and non-verbal. All these things together will make a good speaker. If you are standing like
Exactly.
this and then
Mhm.
speaking, you are not using your hand gestures or your
Mm.
eye movements or your eye contacts. You're just looking like this and speaking. So this is also not good when you
Mm.
tell about your views, or when you're going to give some speech. So
Mm.
that confidence only comes by knowledge. Earlier, when I was giving trainings,
Mhm.
I was speaking very less. I mean,
Okay.
in 15 or 20 minutes, my content was over, and I was not speaking beside that. So then I
Mhm.
realized why I couldn't speak, because I was not practicing those things in my class. So
Okay.
if you are not practicing anything,
Mhm.
how much lie will you tell in front of teachers?
Yes.
And when I
Mhm.
started practicing those strategies, those
Mhm.
solutions in my classrooms, then I started telling them in the trainings that you should do this. And then when some question arises or
Mhm.
some teacher asks some doubt, then I can very
Mhm.
clearly explain them. Because
Mhm.
the difference I realized that earlier I
Mhm.
was not teaching in that way. I was also a
Okay.
very average teacher, and I was also just
Okay.
reading that lesson and giving question answer, and this was my objective. But
Mhm.
now, after 2015, when I attended
Okay.
one workshop of British Council,
Okay.
and
Oh,
there my
okay.
mentor told me that this is not
Mm.
the teaching which you are doing nowadays.
What
And
is?
the
Yes.
teaching
Yes.
is you have to know the objective behind that lesson, what that
Mhm.
lesson means for those children. And then, if that objective is fulfilled through that lesson, and each and
Mhm.
every student understood it, it got
Mhm.
instilled in their brain that, yeah, this
Mhm.
behind this lesson, this was the main objective, this was the moral, then your
Mhm.
teaching is complete. So take 3 to 4 days to complete one lesson, not that just reading the
Mm.
lesson and giving the
Just
question
reading
answer.
the lesson, giving the question answers, and complete. No, no. It is
And in
not
fact,
the. Mhm.
these are the things which are happening. They are reading. My brother's son is he is in
Mm.
very reputed school, one of the very
Okay.
reputed school of Bhopal. That is, I
Mhm.
think, DPS. So when I met him, I asked how your teacher taught this lesson. He said, "Hua,
Mhm.
they read the lesson, and
Mm.
one by one we read the lesson. Then they give the
Mm.
question answers, and then they ask them to learn the question answer, and the lesson is
And
over."
write in the examination, and you get
Yeah.
more than 90%. Mhm. Yeah.
Because I'm surprised nowadays students they're scoring 98, 99%. But when
Mhm.
we were studying, it was
Mm.
hard to get 75%,
Yes.
73%. But
Mhm.
nowadays you can see that children they are becoming like robots and of
Yes.
no use. I'm telling you, they are just cramming. And after that
Cramming.
class, when they come to the next class, they will forget all those things because the cramming
Yes,
is
definitely.
really.
And they are not that much confident even after
Hmm,
completing their graduation masters. If you ask something to talk in front of the 2 to 3 people, they are not that much confident. And if you ask them to give the perspective, then also it becomes difficult for them. So that is why what I think that it is okay, there should be exam, their chapters should be clear, and reading competition should be also there, reading exam, I can say, reading test.
yes,
Apart from that, speaking test should be also there.
should
As
be
you
there.
have told, after
Hmm,
teaching one chapter, there should, they can divide students in a group. And
hmm, hmm.
not, see, when I was in school, the teacher also asked some question to us, we had to answer standing near to the bench only. There
Hmm,
where we were sitting, just we had to
hmm,
stand and we had to speak. No, that
hmm.
is not the way. We have to go in front of the
All
teacher,
them.
in front
Hmm,
of the students, then only
hmm.
have to speak. If the
Yes.
students they get this kind of opportunity, they may be afraid initial days, they may be become nervous, but slowly and gradually, if they get the encouragement, they get this exposure in later life, when they will have to face interviews, they will have to deal with different people, they will not
Hmm,
have any kind of fear. They will be able to share their own perspective, their own
yes.
opinion. But I
Hmm.
think it should implement now in all schools.
In timetable, I never see the reading period is there.
Hmm.
Only the teacher is busy in giving them the notes and answers and all that. But there should be a period for reading also. And in
Reading
that
also,
period,
yes.
all the students will they will ask to read something and then
Hmm.
explain what you have read. For example, about the discipline, about the
Hmm.
courage, about the moral education. These are some
Hmm.
topics which they should know how to talk on that topic. Then
Yes,
only
yes,
their
yes.
confidence will increase. And one more thing I realized that in class 10th, whenever I asked some student, he has
Hmm.
passed class 10th, and I asked, what subject will you take? Then he said, ma'am, I will ask to my mother. I will see.
Okay.
Means they are in class 10, they are of
Hmm.
16 or 15-year-old, but they
Hmm.
don't have that much,
Idea
basics or you
about
can
that.
say idea that they can choose their subject. They don't know
Hmm.
about their interest also. This is the very pitiable thing in our society, in our country,
Hmm.
that the student of class 10, only some students are there, those who are getting some guidance from their parents. Their parents are also good educated. And
Hmm.
then they can tell. For example, I'm teaching class 7th student. When I asked
Hmm.
him, what do you want to become? He said, I want to become IPS. Then I asked him,
Okay.
what is IPS? He said, he was not knowing about the IPS. He has only listened somewhere that
Heard
job.
that IPS is a reputed something job.
I said, study very hard for that. It's not
Mm.
a easy task.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
these
yes.
are
So
the things.
practical knowledge should be there with the theoretical knowledge. Still, I can say in India it has not implemented so far, but in teachers, if they want to, they can inculcate or
They
incorporate
can.
this kind of activities, right? And what do you
But
think about
they,
online education, ma'am? These days, after COVID, I can say now it has become ubiquitous, omnipresent everywhere.
everywhere we are having this online things. Yeah, I can say this is good because it is easily accessible,
Accessible.
and also, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't make use of then libraries, laboratories. Then you
Mm-hmm.
cannot get the instant feedback also. In the
Mm-hmm.
offline classroom, teacher uh, immediately tell you about your feedback that you are lacking here. But in
Mm-hmm.
online classes, only the teacher is speaking and the student is listening all the time. So I think it is easy also, but there are some
Mm-hmm.
drawbacks also of
Drawbacks
online class.
also. Mm. I think for
Like,
mostly the small children, offline classes should be preferable rather
yes,
than the elder. Even these days I see some students in my place. They are
mm,
in 12th and 11th standard. They are going to some institution, but they are not regular. They are not attending classes regularly. And I have spoken to some learners, some students, and they told that we are joining some online courses in 11th and 12th classes as well. For example, Byju's is one
yeah,
app. from there also some
Mhm.
learners learn. But I feel that no, in this age actually I think they should go to the institution, because then only they will learn the social interaction, how to
Yes.
learn, and if they have any difficulty they can ask instantly. And it hampers even eye power as well. And
Yes.
nowadays we can see the
Screen
small
time.
children, they are wearing the spectacle.
And
Yeah.
the screen time is increasing, and all the time you have to focus there. But in the
Mm,
classrooms, uh, you are sitting among the students. Some are very sharp, some are intelligent, and then you get motivated also at that time. Okay,
mm,
she's quick in her answers, and tomorrow I will also learn, and I will also say I will be the first one to answer the question. In these types of motivation, encouragement they get when they sit within the class. Then they know
the class.
how to become clever, how to
Mm,
raise a fight, how to
mm.
quarrel, and how to
Debate as well. Mm,
debate,
mm,
and do the arguments and
mm,
discuss. So many things happen in the one classroom.
mm.
Then they make friends also, and then they make their enemies also there. Then they
Mm.
rise the fight.
They learn the real life experience and struggle
Yes.
as well in offline classes. But when they start joining the one-to-one sessions, yeah, it is accessible and they can learn from different kind of teachers from different
Yes.
places, different states and different countries. So at times it's okay if they want to learn something whichever is not available in their own place, it is okay. But
Hmm.
completely relying on online education for
Is
those
not.
mostly the teenage and the younger students, I don't think that it should be preferable. But when it comes to adult people like us, I think
Ah,
it is okay,
yes.
because of these online things, online
We
internet
can meet.
facilities. I have learned English and I have been also guiding some learners as well.
Those who are desperate to learn different things and different courses, diplomas, uh, really they are in need of this thing, then they can join online classes, but because then they will be honest. Otherwise,
Mm,
the children, if you make them to learn online, they will just waste their time, and
mm,
they will not be very sincere, because they don't realize the importance of online teaching, and they will
mm,
feel boring also, I think,
mm,
online. So they
mm,
must be given offline education so that teacher can have eye to eye and heart to heart contact with the learners.
mm.
It is also very much important. So
Exactly.
each and everything, I
Yes.
think that drawbacks and merits and
Yes, yes,
demerits.
pros and cons are there.
Now,
Yes, that is true, that is true, yeah.
if you are quite passionate about your learnings, then you can
Mm,
learn from anywhere, as we have learned, as
mm,
you learn, as I am learning, because
mm,
we access to each other, and we request for conversation and having
mm.
conversation because we want. Otherwise,
Yes.
other homemakers are also there. They are
Mm.
interested in sleeping and gossiping and watching movies. So it depends upon the interest. If you are
Yes.
interested,
Mm.
you can make it possible at any cost.
Exactly. And through online we can save our time, and if we don't need to go
Ah,
outside to any institution, we can save money as well. The transportation money we don't need to
yes,
pay, right? So
time is
it is,
saved,
yes, time is saved. So
and
for
we have
adult
got the
learners it
recording.
is fine.
We have the recordings also with us, and whenever we feel
Yes, we
any
can again watch. Hmm.
again watch it. So there are some advantages also. It's not that.
Yes, yes.
There is one letter on the internet. You'll read that letter. It is a letter from Abraham Lincoln to his
Hmm.
son's teacher. Have you read that?
Okay, no, 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 I did not.
No. Okay,
Hmm.
you read it, and then you will
Okay,
realize what
okay,
exactly a teacher should be. It's
okay.
I think 7 to 8 paragraphs are there. Now it
Oh,
is in
okay,
our courses also. A letter
okay,
to
okay,
a letter from a father to his son's teacher. Abraham Lincoln has
okay,
wrote that letter, and
okay,
in that
okay.
letter, he wrote that letter to his son's teacher that I am
Okay.
sending my son to your school, and you will be
Mm-hmm.
his or her class teacher, and try to instill these types of values in my child.
Children's life,
Not
in
that,
my child's life.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, not that I want him to become a very sharp learner, very intelligent. No, but
Mm-hmm.
he should be at the same time, he should learn how to tackle the problems, how to solve the
Yes.
problems,
Mm-hmm.
how to bear the defeat. Not that every
Mm-hmm.
time you will win. Sometime you will face defeats
Fail as
also.
well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
True, true.
there may be failures also in your path.
Mm-hmm.
So how
Mm-hmm.
to accept that failure and again rise like a phoenix? Not
Mm-hmm.
just that, going in depression. Nowadays we see the children, he's not getting anything, he goes in depression. So,
Mm-hmm.
instill all those values in my child. Instill him that following a rat race is not good. Even if you are true,
Mm-hmm.
stand. Even if all the people are not with you, let them go, but you stand alone. But always remain with the true side. Then don't
Mm-hmm.
copy.
Okay.
Instead, you can choose to fail, but don't
Mm-hmm.
copy in your exams. So it's a
Mm.
very good letter. I remember only
Okay.
some things, some
Mm-hmm.
sentences. It's a very good. How to face bullying in the classroom when
Okay.
someone is bullying you, how you
Mm-hmm.
can interact with that person. Not that you
Mm-hmm.
just keep on bearing those insults and those bullying. No, you can uh, face them. You
Mm-hmm.
must have that much courage that you can face them, you can fight them.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So
I'll read. It's available on internet, right?
internet, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
many have
Okay.
made the videos also on this letter because it is very,
Mm-hmm.
we can
Yes,
learn
yes.
many
All
things.
teachers should read, I think, that letter.
Teachers should.
All
Earlier
teachers.
in our government schools, we have
Mm-hmm.
got a calendars, long calendars, and on those
Mm-hmm.
calendars a letter was written. But
Okay.
no one read that letter. When in the training I asked them,
Okay.
they were
Mm.
said which letter, which poster, which was there.
Okay. Mm.
No one had dared to read that
Mm.
letter. They just folded it and
Okay.
kept in the rack.
Okay. Okay, then, ma'am, it was really insightful and intriguing sessions. And what I was expecting, I got it from you. And I was expecting that, yes, definitely, ma'am is going to impart her knowledge today. And I can also learn from you and my viewers as well. And it was really fruitful. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your precious time.
You're always welcome, my dear. I'm always there, and I do enjoy talking with you.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Have a great
Okay,
day
take
ahead.
care.
Yeah.